What's going on, boys and girls? What's up, world? Austin John Plays here, and today we're going to be doing part 2 on every rare Pokemon in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Part 1 can be found in the description down below. This is going to be part 2 in a 4-part series, one for each of the islands. I've gone through every route, town, patch of grass, SOS encounter, and everything you can imagine in the game since day 1. So here are the rarest Pokemon in Sun and Moon, and of course, how to find them. Let's whip out our trusty Rotom Dex. He's still creepy. The Alola Pokédex has a total of 130 Pokemon of 63 different evolutionary lines. Some are duplicates from the previous island, so I won't be going over those in detail, as well as also not covering the more common Pokemon. Fresh off the boat, it drops us off in Koni City, and from there we can hit Route 4. Route 4 is the location of Eevee. With a 5% encounter rate, he's easily missed. During the day, Eevee can SOS call an Espeon, and at night, an Umbreon. I also used the Adrenaline Orb on this route and stayed here for about an hour and a half, and boom, shiny Eevee. This is also the location of Igglybuff. He has a 10% encounter rate, and he has a chance to call for Jigglypuff or Happiny. Head north to Panola Ranch. Here's a 5% encounter for either Tauros or Miltank, and they can SOS call each other into battle. You'll also get an egg from the ranch here, and it's an Eevee. Spoiler, I'm pretty sure everyone knew that it was an Eevee by now. If not, sorry, totally an Eevee. Deal with it. Trekking up north will bring us to Route 5's Pokemon Center, where you could trade a Lillipup for Bounce Sweet. Although they're kinda common in lush jungle, Lillipups are far more common. At Brooklet Hill, there's a lot of rare Pokemon. In the fields of grass across from the second lake, you can find Dewpiper during the day or Surskit at night, both with a 20% encounter rate. These two can also be found while surfing at a 40% each encounter rate, although surfing encounters seem to be less common in this game for some reason. While fishing at the bubbling spots before the Totem's Den, you have a chance to find a Magikarp that could call a Gyarados, a Goldeen that calls Seeking, and a 5% chance to find Feebas. Prism scales to evolve Feebas can be found at Executor Island, or seem to be more popular with the pickup ability. At the Totem's Den, you can find Almamola, or however you say his name, 20% at the bubbling spots. Backtracking to Route 6, you can find pretty much the same Pokemon as Route 4, but slightly higher levels. This is also where you can find the Pau-style Oricorio at a 20% encounter rate. Head north of the Battle Dome, home of Professor Kool-Aid Royal Wrestler, and work your way on down to the beach, where you can find a Pukumaku at a 20% encounter rate while surfing. Here is where you can also find Staryu at 20% encounter rate in the bubbling water. He is much more common at Hano Beach, however, the encounter here also has an SOS call for Starmie. Ooh. Let's make our way to Wella Volcano Park. Here's a 15% encounter rate for Magby, and he could call a Magmar into battle. There's also a 24% encounter rate for Cubone, and he can SOS call a Kangaskhan into battle. Cubone is a baby Kangaskhan confirmed? I love how some people make like a 20-minute video talking about the thing that I just said in one sentence and still has no more validity. This is also where you get Charizard. Ride. I know, it's disappointing, right? Let's backtrack to Route 8. Here's a 15% encounter rate for Fletchinder, the evolved form of Fletchling. There's also a 5% encounter for Stuffle. This is one of the only places to find him, and his encounter rate doesn't get much better. You can also get an ambush battle against Windpod on the west side of the waterfront. The best strategy for him is to make your way around the chase area and save in front of its little home hole thing, and then go chase it. This is one of the 3 exact spots to find him in the game, and the only way to get his evolved form, Clisthopod. The bubbling fishing spots on Route 8 also have a 20% encounter rate for a Chinchou. Next, onto the lush jungle. Here's a 20% encounter rate for Fomantis, 20% encounter for Morlul at night, and 20% for Paris during the day. There's also a 5% encounter rate for Comfey and your version exclusive Primate. So if you're playing Sun and you can't get an Oranguru, just leave a Passimian in the GTS asking for Oranguru, and that usually works. Shout out to the person who left a comment on my last video mentioning version exclusive trading. In the north area, there's a 10% encounter for Pinsir. On Route 9, there's a fishing spot that has a 70% encounter for Love Disc, a great place to farm for heart scales. In Koni City, there's Olivia's Jewelry Shop, at which you could buy your 2 version-exclusive fossil Pokemon. But be careful, you can only buy 1 of each, so make sure you breed it before you trade it away. While here, this is also where you get 4 of the more common stones for evolution. At the Akala outskirts, which is between Memorial Hill and the Ruins of Life, is the only place to find Nosepass at 15%. Lastly, Hano Beach is where you can find sand clouds that have a 20% encounter rate for Sandygast and 80% for Staryu. Now let's review the decks for any stragglers. Even though you can get Poliwag on this island, it and its evolved forms are on the second island, and I'm going to go much more into detail about that. Nosepass and several other Pokemon can only evolve while at Vast Pony Canyon. Head over to the ruins post-game, where you had your grand trial battle, and you can find Tapu Lele. So that's it. That's all the rare encounters on the second island. I've already started working on parts 3 and 4. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments section down below, and if this video was helpful, be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more helpful videos in the future. Till next time, Austin John out.